Hi everyone.
Hi,
Good
welcome.
evening.
Good evening, and
Um,
welcome to our stream.
how are you all? We're all very happy to see you again. Hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend
hmm
and you celebrated
Yes,
in your
exactly.
way.
In your own way at home.
So let's do some introductions for the students who don't know us.
hmm
My name is Sophia. I come from London and I live in Bologna. I have lived in Bologna for almost 5 years. Before Bologna, I lived in Greece for about 6 years. And I am an English teacher, obviously, at my English school in Bologna, Mille.
Nice. And my name is Aaron. I was born in Cork, and then I lived a few years in Lombardy. And currently I live in Bologna. I've been living here for 4 years, and I've been working at my English school for 2.5 years.
Nice.
And if you're just joining us now, please introduce yourselves in the comments, and we have a question for you here.
Yes, introduce yourselves, tell us your name, tell us where you come from, where are you at the moment?
Aha, here we have Renzo
Hi
from
Renzo,
Verona.
nice to
Welcome.
see you. And hi Monica from Nevada, nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys. So tell us, if you could be famous for something, what would it be and why? This is a complete hypothetical, so invent.
Yes, notice
Right?
our second conditional.
Yes.
Let's try and have a full sentence. Why would you be famous?
If you could be famous, so imagine that you completely imaginary.
Yeah, invent it.
Make
If you
it up.
could be famous for anything you want, what would you be famous for if you could?
I would be famous for my critique of Star Wars.
You can't. Okay, maybe you could become. You could go into the Guinness World Book of Records for the most Star Wars trivia that you. Most Star Wars trivia memorized by a single human.
No, but being serious, if I could be famous for something, I'd like to be famous for maybe an invention, for creating something useful.
That's good. That's a nice one. Would it be something like? Oh, let's see. We have another Monica from Milan this time.
Hi,
Monica.
Monica.
Welcome. And Monica one says, I would be famous about sport. Okay, can you give us more details, Monica? Like,
what sport would you like to be famous
yeah,
for?
exactly. And what in particular?
Mm-hmm.
So for yours, would you be famous? Would it be like an electronic invention or like a machine? What would it be?
It could be. I don't know, honestly. It could be anything, really.
Yeah, for making something.
For making something,
Yeah,
like an
nice.
invention or something. And what about you? What would you like to be famous for, if you could?
So I have this idea that one day I would like to write a book. So if I could be famous for something, it would be for writing a novel. I think.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Do you know what you would write your novel about?
I have absolutely no idea. This is why it has not happened yet. Let's see what Renzo says. Oh wait, this is so confusing because now we have two Renzos and two Monicas.
What, really?
Yeah.
No, it's one Renzo.
No,
Oh, no,
it's a
wait, we do
different
have two
Renzo.
Renzos.
So if I okay, Renzo, good. Remember we need the second conditional, okay? We will go over the grammar later in the focus, but if I won the lottery, I would buy a beautiful new car. But tell us, what would you be famous for, Renzo?
Would you be famous for winning the lottery, or?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Hi, another Renzo from Milan. Nice to
Welcome.
see you. You see, it's two Renzos and two Monicas.
Two Renzos and two Monicas.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Monica says, I love swimming. Okay, so as you said before, you would be famous for swimming, but what in particular? Would you win a race? Would you swim a long distance? What would you like to be famous
Gold at the
for?
Olympics.
Ooh, that would be a good one. Let's see what Monica says.
I would be famous for strategic work in something that will change the world. Wow.
Ooh,
okay, yeah.
Nice, good. You can keep using conditional, Monica. I would be famous for something that would change the world.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, okay. Vague, but also good. Oh God.
You have the coronavirus vaccine. Excellent.
Very
yes,
good answer.
That's good.
Very nice. So yeah, let us know. Hi,
Hi,
Francesca.
Francesca.
Nice
Welcome.
to see you. Welcome.
Nice to see you. Please tell us, if you could be famous for something, what would it be and why?
Exactly.
Would you want to be famous for, I don't know, writing a book, inventing something, maybe being a famous athlete?
Yeah, exactly. Athlete, something connected to sports.
Maybe you'd like to be an actor.
Yeah. Be careful of your second conditionals, okay? Try to write a full sentence following the question. Yeah, tell us what else.
Some great ideas. Yeah, maybe a scientific breakthrough, a medical breakthrough, or something similar. Yeah.
Well, that's a good word. Maybe we should put this up. A breakthrough. How would you describe
a breakthrough? Is well, for example, in this case, there are a lot of people around the world working towards the same thing, but you're the one that manages to crack the case, to make the jump forward.
Yeah,
the big
so maybe
change, the
a
big innovation.
new invention that pushes humanity forward, or
technology forward in general. And we have Marco Cardu joining us.
Hey, Marco,
welcome.
Nice to see you.
It's great to see you. We miss you.
Yeah, we do. So here we go. Breakthrough. A new invention or a new advancement that pushes technology forward. So we can say, for example, that penicillin in the medical world was a huge breakthrough.
The first antibiotic. And Luigi says, hi, I'm from Genova. If I could be famous for something, I would like to be famous.
Perfect formula, Luigi. Excellent.
For discovering new carbohydrates.
How carbohydrates?
Well, how carbohydrates don't make people fat.
You would solve the spaghetti problem. I call this the spaghetti problem, that you want to eat spaghetti every day, but you can't. So Luigi would solve this.
Solve the spaghetti conundrum. Monica says, if I was the best swimmer, I would...
Good. I would break the record for freestyle. Or maybe I would be the...
record holder.
Yeah, record holder. So we use this with records. We can say we break.
Yeah, so a record can be broken. You break a record if you beat somebody else's record, and you become the new record holder.
Exactly.
So you hold a record.
So these are the verbs. We can break or hold a record. And a record holder.
Yes,
is the
person. So I don't know. The record holder for the fastest person on the planet is, I don't know.
Usain Bolt, I think.
It's still him.
It's still for Usain Bolt.
So he is the record holder, and if somebody beats his record, they break it. Break somebody's record. If
I could be famous, I would be an astronaut.
Nice
So maybe one of the first to colonize Mars.
Cool.
That would be cool.
Very cool.
I would also like to be famous for, I remember you said previously, for something, for a charity work, for some philanthropical.
Definitely, me too, yes, for helping people.
So we could say charity work. So philanthropical actions.
Yes, so helping people, whether it's education, whether it's financial support, or even, I don't know.
Exactly. Hi,
Sole. Hi.
Nice to see you.
And now you added a lot of O's to my name instead of a lot of A's. What's going on, Sole?
So I would like, if I could, I would like to be famous maybe for an organization or a charity that helps people who need help, especially maybe immigrants or people who are affected by poverty, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell us, Sole, what would you be famous for and why?
Exactly. Also, Marco, our student, tell us, what would you be famous for if you could be famous for something?
Right, should we have a look at our lesson in the meantime?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Well, no, that's okay. We don't need to see you. So today we are talking about government.
Yes, government. And in particular, we will be looking at describing government using conditional, and proposing ideas.
Exactly. I feel like the government is Italians' third favorite topic of conversation.
What are the first?
Well, the first is obviously
food.
The second is the
Football.
other football, and the third is government. I feel like these are the three main topics for Italians to talk about: food, football, and government.
Do you agree with Sophia's interpretation? Are they the three important things to talk about?
The holy trilogy of Italian conversation. Hi, Marcello from Milan. Nice to see you.
It's true, though. When I started teaching English, one of the first teachers that, taught me, she was like, if you're teaching Italian students and you don't know what to do, just start talking about food and it'll never end. It'll never end.
That's true. Okay, let's start with some questions. Remember, at any point in the lesson, you can introduce yourselves and practice the second conditional with this question, like Solid did.
I would be famous for being an actress or a DJ or a producer. Nice, very
Good.
nice.
Remember your article, Sole, an.
Yes, because we have a vowel, so we need an actress. Excellent.
Exactly.
So we have some questions on the board for you. Please feel free to answer any of them. We have, do you follow politics, national or international? Do you usually vote?
When did you first vote? So first vote, the first time that you voted.
Should voting be mandatory?
Mandatory is a synonym for obligatory.
Exactly. So should it be a law that you have to vote? So at the moment in Italy, or in most countries, I think it's not mandatory to vote.
No.
So
I don't think it's mandatory anywhere.
Maybe in like North Korea or something. No? I think so. Everybody has to go and vote for the same guy.
What difference does it make?
Exactly.
We should not be saying this. If I was a PM, good, I would help people to increase their conditions. Good. Their conditions. Would I say increase their conditions?
No, maybe improve.
Improve. That's the word we were looking for. And so improve
their condition.
Their condition.
So yeah, mandatory would be you have to vote by law.
Exactly.
At the moment, it's not mandatory. You can, if you want, you can. If you don't want to, that's your choice.
You don't have to, yeah. And finally, have your political views changed much during your lifetime? Nice.
We already have some answers. Monica, she
for
says,
number one.
At the moment, yes. In general,
the politic board. I think you might mean that in general,
politicians are boring,
or maybe politics bores me.
Yeah.
I think she means to say
politics bore me.
Bores me. Okay. We can also use bore as a verb, to bore somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. To bore someone is a verb. So you can say that in general, politics bores me, or maybe I am bored by politics.
So it says, should be mandatory because it's a democracy.
Exactly. I absolutely agree.
Shouldn't be mandatory because it's a democracy.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a democracy and you have the right to vote, you also have the right to decide if you're going to vote or not.
Marco says, I'm not used to follow politics except in this period.
Yeah. Remember, guys, with used to, we need to use ing, okay? I'm not used to following politics, except in this period. I am exactly the same as Marco. In general, and also Monica, in general, politics bores me to death. Like, I cannot tolerate it. I can't, I'm not interested. But in this period, it's a lot more interesting to see what different governments are doing for the crisis. So now I'm a bit more interested.
Yeah, I'm also quite interested in politics in general. I do follow them a bit in my own countries. Plus, I follow a bit of American politics as well. I follow American politics because
it's a catastrophe.
It's
like a soap opera.
It's just a different world. It's completely different. It's literally like a soap opera. Yeah, exactly. So it's very strange. So it says, I just follow politics a little, both of the options.
Yeah, so national and international. Yeah. No, in general, I don't follow politics. I don't know the names of different ministers and different people. But as I said, in this period, do I usually vote? It depends because I am a Greek citizen and a British citizen. I try to vote if they are important elections. So, for example, for the Brexit referendum, I tried to vote because it's something important. But because I am not in Greece and I am not in England, it's difficult to vote in elections. So I don't often vote. If it's something I feel is important, I will make an extra effort.
Yeah, I understand. The same for me. I'm Italian and Irish, so obviously being in Italy, I always vote here. For the Irish elections, I don't feel strongly the need to vote there just because I don't live there. So some people disagree with me, some people agree with me, but I understand
because
both sides.
It doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect me, so I don't see why I should be voting for them,
other people,
you know, like when I don't actually live there. So sure, I could go back there someday and I'd like to have a say, but maybe, I don't know. I just never felt like
like it was your responsibility.
Exactly.
Monica says, yes, I usually vote. I think this is very important because you can explain your opinion. Yeah, definitely. You can demonstrate your opinion. Absolutely. I think the first time I voted was in the UK when I was 18 years old. This was the only time that I have voted.
For me, the same, 18. Here in Italy, yeah. It was a referendum, I remember, about drilling.
Oh, fantastic.
Most people will remember it, but it was a referendum about drilling oil in the sea or something. I can't remember. In Italy, yeah.
Sole says, yes, I vote, and the first time was when I was 18 or 19. Perfect. Let's see what Luigi says.
I follow politics. I'm interested in national interaction politics. I think that everyone must follow it. They decide about our rights, our money, our future. For this reason, I usually vote.
Yeah, okay, good nice answer. One, Luigi. Just be careful of this. Interested. Me, I am interested in.
And also remember present simple. In general, they decide about your rights, our money, our future. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Let's see what Renzo says. I follow national and foreign politics, good word, and I vote always. Very nice. Because, yeah, maybe. Because it is important for citizens and for democracy. Very nice. Hi, Arya. Nice to see you. Welcome. My first vote was when I was 18 years old. I voted about a referendum. Yeah.
Or I voted on a referendum.
I'm used. Good. Be careful, Marcello. I'm used to. Yes. Go on.
Yeah, I'm used to at the moment.
Good. And following with ing. Very nice. I'm used to following.
Yes, we'd use I'm used to because it's at the moment. It's now because it's COVID. So.
Exactly. I'm used to following international politics because of COVID-19. Good.
I don't usually vote. I only voted in a few occasions.
On a few occasions, yes. Good. I'm following national politics.
Okay, good. Nice. Good.
But I don't remember. For the referendum when you were 18. Nice. Good. So for number 4, should voting be mandatory? I agree with Sole. I think that it's a democracy, so you need to choose whether to vote or not.
Yes.
This is quite a hot topic. I'll put this up. A hot topic is a controversial topic. So this number 4 about being mandatory, this is quite a hot topic because many people argue that a lot of people have sacrificed themselves so that we can vote. But I often think that not voting is a way of voting. So sometimes when you feel that no political party represents you, then not voting is also a a way of expressing your opinion.
Absolutely. Or maybe just going there and not marking anything on
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
ballot. Ooh, that's another good word, ballot.
Ballot is good. How can we describe what a ballot is?
A ballot, I think it's with 2 L's, right?
Or is it 2 T's?
No, I think it's with 2
Hold
L's
on,
and a
guys.
T.
We're having a spelling crisis.
Let's check. Yeah, so ballot, I think it's like this.
Okay,
Yes.
you are correct. Nice.
So ballot is when you go to vote, it's the piece of paper that you mark your decision on. So whether it's a referendum, yes or no, that's where you mark on the ballot.
The paper you mark when you vote. Let's see what Adia says. I've always voted. Very nice use of present perfect, Adia. And I've also worked as a chairman. In the end, it is a civic duty. Yes.
Wow, nice.
Maybe a civil duty. I don't know the difference between civic and civil, but I think here it's a civil duty.
I'm honestly not sure. But
I think civic has more to do with, I'll have to find the difference, but I feel like it's a civil duty. This will be what I look up when we finish.
Renzo says my first vote was 15 years ago. Okay, great. Do you remember what it was? What it
was for?
Was it an election? Was it a referendum?
In my opinion, yes, because the choices concern everyone. Which one are you talking about, Monica? Is this for number 4?
Maybe.
Also, be careful of spelling. Choices, okay? This spelling often confuses people, even your teachers, but we have choice, which is the noun. To choose
is the verb.
And in the past tense, choose. Okay.
Are you sure it's not the other way around? It's choose.
You're absolutely correct. It is the other way around.
As we said, it sometimes confuses us as well.
It's confusing also for your teachers. So choice is the noun. Choose, the verb chose in the past, okay?
Renzo says it was an election. And Sola says, for number 5, have your political views changed? Not at all, just a bit. But I have the same point of view. Nice.
Yeah, for me as well. My political views haven't changed in my lifetime.
Mine as well have basically remained the same. I have changed my mind on some topics, but overall, more or less the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not a change of opinion, it's a change in degree. So maybe I was a bit more secure in my ideas a few years ago, but now I'm not so strong in my ideas, possibly. In the UK, your political views are very private. I don't think this is the case in Italy, but in the UK, your speaking about your political views is a bit like speaking about your personal life. You don't ask people and you don't tell people unless you are very close to them. But in Italy, this is not the case, or is it?
I don't think it is. No. But I was trying to think in Ireland as well, but no, people are always very vocal about politics there as well.
But in Italy, it's more open. People speak more freely about politics, whereas in the UK, it's a bit more private.
Ari says in Italy, if you do not vote when you make a public contest, if you haven't voted, you are penalized.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I imagine you mean these public tests for positions. Is this okay? I didn't know that.
This.
So
this is interesting.
When you
I never know how to translate into English the concorso because it doesn't really exist.
No, it doesn't. But I think Aria's version, public contest, I think that's quite good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's quite a good translation. If you haven't voted, you're penalized. Interesting.
I didn't know. That's
Do you think Aria Spada is her real name?
Why?
It's just, I don't know, putting two things together. Is this your real name?
Please tell YouTube.
Not all. Good.
Okay.
And 5, not too much. Yes, people seem to keep the same views.
Yes, for a job. So that's what they were talking
Yeah.
about. Okay,
Shall we
should
continue?
move on? Yeah, why not?
Okay. We're going to move on, but if you have any more answers, feel free to send
Tell
us your
yes.
comments.
Right, we have some words here. We
Yeah.
have govern, law, politics, and represent.
What we will do is we will see if we can add some prefixes and suffixes to these words. So add letters to the front or to the end of these words to change them and to make new words. Okay. So shall we do an example?
Should we do an example that isn't on the board?
Okay, let me just see Luigi's comment
I'll
first.
think of one in the meantime.
I think that voting shouldn't be mandatory. If I could decide about the right to vote, I would allow it after taking a course and a test about the history of the policy. Okay, so you would say that only people who have like a more responsible view and more knowledge should be allowed to vote, which is definitely an interesting idea, because a lot of people vote in absolute ignorance. I think we all know what I'm thinking about here. So yeah, maybe learning some history of the policy and sort of background information first would be very important. Yeah, I think public competition or public contest is the right one.
Again, we don't really have a translation because
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't really exist in the UK or in Ireland.
During my life, my political opinion changed. Use the past here Renzo changed a bit, but always in the left area. Yeah.
Again, you could say has changed a bit since your life isn't over yet. So.
Yeah, definitely. So has changed a bit. It is not mandatory, but they notice if you vote to get a job. I don't understand.
I think she's referencing to what Arya was saying earlier. So I don't know. You need to talk to Arya about this. We don't know. Okay, Monica, they already have.
Oh, nice, good. So this is a perfect example. Govern, we've added a suffix, meant to make government.
Lawyer, very good. Politics, political, excellent. So continue doing this, guys. In the comments, try to think of other words that contain these words, like govern, government, or law, lawyer. Exactly. Politics, political.
It could be another noun, it could be a verb, it could be an adjective, an adverb, etc. Okay.
Exactly. Marcello says,
personally, I think voting shouldn't be mandatory, but in Brazil it is.
Interesting.
It's generally accepted there, but that if wouldn't be mandatory, people won't vote. Okay, let me help you with this structure.
He's looking for third conditional.
Yeah, if it wasn't, or if it weren't mandatory, actually. This is the third. Yes.
If it weren't mandatory, people wouldn't vote.
Exactly. So this is the formula that you want, Marcello, the second conditional. If it weren't mandatory, people wouldn't vote.
Interesting that it is mandatory in Brazil.
It's interesting that they have that idea that it needs to be mandatory for people to vote, otherwise they won't do it. It's like they don't have the... It's like saying that you're not responsible enough to make the choice for yourself. So they make it obligatory.
Interesting position.
Kind of like the quarantine. They said we can't
trust people.
We can't trust people to stay home, so we'll make it a law. Elisa, oh, hold on. Elisa says, sorry for the delay. Good, for instant government. Governant. Is that a real word? Governant? Governor.
Yeah, no.
Governor, I think you mean. Governative. Ari, I think you're inventing governance, governor, ungovernable. Governance, I don't know if this is real. Governor is the correct spelling. Governor. Yeah. Ungovernable, yeah.
But I think earlier she wrote government, right?
Oh gosh, I've lost.
Elisa.
I can't click this anymore.
Oh.
Nope, doesn't want to do. Governor, yes. Let's see, Monica's representing, represented, representative, good. Politician, very nice, politically.
Nice.
Let's see what else we have. Politician, policy.
Policy. That's a very
governmental. Do we say governmental?
good one.
I feel no. Let's see. Let's see some answers. So we have governor, who is the person who governs.
Obviously, this works in certain political systems.
Exactly.
Not all political systems have governors.
Yeah.
For example, in Ireland, I don't think there are any governors at any
They'd be
level.
ministers. Maybe.
They'd be ministers, and not even locally. But like, say, for example, in America, each state has a governor.
Exactly, yeah. And we also have anti-government, which is an adjective in this case. Luigi has for law, lawless, lawyer, lawfulness.
Nice.
Let's have a look. So for law, we have lawyer, unlawful. Unlawful is simply a synonym for illegal.
Yes.
Okay.
Unlawful is illegal, exactly. Because lawful is following the law, unlawful is illegal.
And we also have this noun here, lawmaker, which I'm sure if you separate the word, it's very clear the meaning, the person who makes laws.
And we have Constantina joining us
Hi,
as well.
Mum. This is my mama. She says misgovern. Oh, nice.
Misgovern's
lawful,
good.
unpolitical. I like misgovern, and I think she. Oh no, we don't have it, but yeah, good one. Remember, guys. Sorry. Whenever we have miss as a prefix, the meaning is wrongly or badly. Okay. Think of words like misunderstand or mishandle or
in this case, misgovern would mean that you are governing something badly.
Exactly.
You could also mismanage, I suppose, or
absolutely. Shall we do politics?
Yeah, let's have a look at politics. We have politician, political, and politically.
Take a moment at home right now to pay attention to this word, politician. Okay, the C sounds like sh in this one. Okay, let me try to write out a politician.
So practice your pronunciation as well. Politician.
For this word. And represent. Shall we see?
Yeah. We have representative, representation, and unrepresented.
Nice.
Luigi guessed a couple of them.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. In a previous comment, I think.
But yeah, misrepresented. Does it exist? Does it exist?
Google it.
I suppose yes. I don't know. For example, if for example the media runs a story on you and misrepresents your political views or misrepresents what you stand for, your character.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lawmaking also, yes.
Yeah, lawmaking, yeah. Lawmaking would be the activity. Lawmaker is the person who writes the laws.
So let's practice these words. You have here some sentences. In the sentences, there is a gap, and in parentheses, in brackets, there is a word. We would like you to complete the gaps by changing the words in parentheses. I think they're all in the column on the right, on the left.
Yes.
Okay.
So choose one of the three words to put in. So for example, in the first one, you have politics. So your choices are, it's either politician, political, or politically.
Exactly. So you can write the number in the comments and tell us the correct word.
Exactly.
So shall we read through them? Number one, most people consider their views private.
I would recommend in these cases to pay attention to the words around it. So for example, if we have a noun and the blank is before the noun, it's probably going to be an adjective.
Exactly. If it's a verb afterwards, we're going to need an adverb.
Or a noun, exactly.
Do you want to read the next one?
Yeah. Talking about the often leads, to a heated debate.
How can we describe heated? Oh, very nice, guys. Good. Monica says misrepresent is distort, maybe.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good synonym, Monica. Everyone's saying political for the first one.
Excellent, very
nice
good.
One.
Their political views are private. Private view is, in this case, a noun, so we need an adjective. Political.
Hot, or how can we say heated debate? Passionate.
Yes. I feel like this is the only way in which debates happen in Italy. There is never a calm.
A calm debate is like an oxymoron. You know,
Yeah.
it has to be a heated debate. So for the second one, yeah, people are saying government.
Excellent. Talking about the government often leads to a heated debate.
Attention with number 3. The new Prime Minister is a great representative of a forward-thinking politics. Now, there is a mistake on this slide, Aaron. Forward-thinking should have a little hyphen. Make a note of that.
Yeah, forward-thinking.
This is an adjective. As you can see, it has a little hyphen, so it's called a compound adjective, and it means progressive. How else can we describe it?
Yeah, progressive, forward-thinking.
Yeah. So let's see some options. Government was the previous one. Monica says representation and politician. Good, but other Monica, this is confusing, guys.
Very confusing.
Says representative. Let's see which one it is. Representation, good, of a forward-thinking politician.
Excellent, well done.
Nice.
So again, forward-thinking, it's one adjective. It's got the hyphen, and it's progressive. Yeah. Representative and well done, Renzo. A forward-thinking politician. Excellent, very good. For example, well, your current Prime Minister is not a representative of a forward-thinking politician.
No, he's not. There's a bit of confusion here because representative is the person, okay? So we can say that the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, is not a great representative. Here we've got representation, so a thing, a noun, of a politician, okay? No, he's really not, is he, of forward-thinking politics?
Well, no, if we've decided that forward-thinking is progressive, he's definitely a conservative. So
yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see. A member of parliament is the represent for the people from his or her district. Good. Monica says representative, and Monica says representative.
He has strong views.
Good.
Good. District. Do you have districts in the UK?
No, I feel like this must be an American focus.
I was thinking that, but they don't have a parliament. They have they call it Congress.
True.
So
where does it mention parliament?
A member of parliament, MEP.
Oh yeah, it's a representative. Maybe we do have districts. Maybe. Mum?
Tell us in Greece.
No, I think that in England, in the UK, we don't have districts. We have councils, which I think would be the equivalent
of a district.
But my mum will know.
They definitely have districts in America, but
Adia says anti-government, anti-government, and anti-government.
Good.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent.
Nice.
In Ireland, we have counties. Lots of counties.
But surely the counties would be more like the regions, or do you have counties and regions?
No, we don't have regions. We have the only administrative position is the county. There's the county, and then there's the city or town council. You've got the various councils.
Because it's so small that you don't need to make it smaller. You don't need region, province, commune. You can just have county and town.
And then you have obviously the local. So if you think about it, they would have provinces and comuni, let's say, if you really want to see it that way. But
it's probably connected to the size.
It's just so small. I mean, traditionally we have 4 provinces, but there is nothing there. Like it's just traditionally there's Ulster, Munster, or Connaught.
Okay. Let's go on to our second conditional. So we had a little brief introduction to the second conditional at the beginning. Remember, our formula is in front of you on the slide. If with the past simple and then would and infinitive. If you remember our question at the beginning, if you could, past simple, be famous, what would you be famous for.
Mhm.
Okay. Mum says we have counties in Greece.
Nice.
Okay.
You don't agree?
No, I agree. I mean, she's right. Of course, she's right. I was trying to remember in England, in the UK.
Oh, okay, sorry, because you made a face as in like, no.
So, in the example, if I won the election, I would find a solution to the traffic problem in this city. Okay, so we've got our sentences 1 to 5, and you've got your verbs in the brackets. Okay, we will follow our formula and make some second conditional sentences.
Exactly. And yeah, pay attention. We're using the past simple with if, and then would, and the infinitive in the second part.
So, Arya, for example, attention, you need the past simple. Here you are correct. But here we need the past tense.
The other one moniker.
Yes, Monica has it.
Yes, became, and would change.
Exactly. Okay, good. Let's look at
became and would change. Excellent. I think everyone got it more or less right. So as well, right. Marco as well, Monica. Is that the other Monica?
I think so.
It's very confusing. Yeah. No, it's the same Monica. Okay. No, it's another Monica. Okay, anyway, let's go to number 2. If the government, the laws about smoking, more people smoking. And yeah, in the third one we have, another miss.
Oh, that's
verb.
Nice.
We have mishandle. In this case, it's like manage, mismanage.
Exactly. I'll write that actually. Mishandle, mismanage.
Mishandle, mismanage.
Nice. Let's see what people are saying for 2. Changed, would quit. Changed, would quit.
Excellent.
Yeah. Good.
Changed, would quit.
I'm trying to, yeah. It's difficult when you have a lot of comments.
It's good though. Thank you very much for writing, guys. It makes it so much better when you interact with us.
So the next one, if the governor mishandle funds, funds are money from the government for a specific purpose.
Exactly. Then involved in unlawful activities. I feel like this is a very common thing to happen here in Italy, unfortunately. We hear a lot of it.
Nice, Luigi. Good job.
Mishandled would be. Very good. Very good. Again, past simple in the first part with if, and would be in the second part. Remember, these are used for unreal situations or hypothetical situations.
Exactly.
Number 4.
If we speak about politics, we be here all night.
This is a classic.
This is just phrase. Italy or Greece, just neatly summed up. Oh dear.
So we have it here. But yeah, so in general,
starting the operation here. Here you go.
Oh
no, it's on this side.
So in general, remember that these are for hypothetical situations where the influence would be in the present. Yeah. Anyway, this is a classic sentence that you use at parties or at any family gathering when you start talking about politics and people start arguing. Yeah.
Good job, guys. And for number 5, Monica has it, had the power, and would lower
taxes.
Good.
Excellent. Well done, guys.
Very good.
Very well done.
Nice. Shall we go on?
Why not?
So, we talked about the second conditional. Excellent. No problems there. Let's go on to the third conditional, because this is where stuff gets difficult. Because in the third conditional, we have again a hypothetical, but it's all in the past. So if we look at our example sentence, if he had run for a political office, I would have voted for him. We have if and the past perfect, and then would and the present perfect. Okay, had run, have voted.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do some practice with this because I always find that the theory it doesn't, it can only help you so much.
Exactly. Yeah, in this exercise, you need to create questions for us.
we're going to take the words that we can see and we're going to make some questions. If I remember correctly, 1, 2, and 3 are second conditional, 4, 5, and 6 are third conditional, okay? So let's try for the first 3 sentences to make a question. So remember, we'll start with if in the second conditional.
Maybe.
Let me see if I can find it too.
Maybe the second. Yeah.
I think this one.
So have a look, and you remember you're making a question. Okay. So
you're something at the bottom to help you. So form second conditional sentences from questions 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly. So remember, second conditional: if, past simple, would, and infinitive.
Exactly. Nice. We'll just we'll see what people come up with.
Exactly.
For this one.
So in the question, you would have the if part, and then you need a question word. Yeah. So for example, if the elections were today, who would you vote for? Right.
Okay. Yeah. You mean the question word in the second part? Who would? What would? Yes. Absolutely.
What would you do if you won the lottery? What would you do? So the question word is in the second part. So first you do the if part, comma, question word, and then the second part with would.
I'm curious to see what people will come up with. We have create a new law. Number 2, be president for the day. And 3, elect a new leader for your country.
So again, create questions out of these sentences.
Yeah. Maybe let's do number 1, maybe as an example, just to
give them an idea.
Yeah, maybe a template to help. So we can say for the first one, if you could create a new law, which law would you create? Okay. This one is a bit particular. It's very similar to our intro question because our past tense is actually a modal verb. It's could.
Remember that could is the past simple of can.
Exactly. So in the first part, if and past simple, and in the second part, our question word, which, and then would and the infinitive create. Okay. So we've got nice, good. So
good, so well done. If you
wanted to create a new law, what would it be? Good. Remember your past. And Monica has a response. If I created a new law, I would forbid smoking.
Interesting.
Okay. Renzo, remember your past tense. If I were a politician, I would create a new law. Okay, remember that you need to use the past in the past
you need to use the past simple. So in general, the past simple for I would be was, but with this second conditional, we use were. So if I were a politician, I would create a new law. In
fact, Luigi has this exact question. I never understood why we use were for the first and third person for the second conditional.
I think I seem to have remembered reading something about it being the old conjunctive form. Subjunctive form.
Yes. We're going down into the rabbit hole of English grammar here, but very briefly, it's subjunctive time. Okay, I'll put it here just so you can see it. If you are interested, you can.
Subjunctive with a U, I think.
Yes, sorry, that's subjective. If you're interested, you can do some research at home, okay? Subjunctive time, so hypothetical, not real. So we use were even in the first and third conditional because we distance this phrase from reality, okay? It's not real, it's subjunctive.
Yes, but remember that don't worry if you make a mistake because a lot of English speakers make this mistake as well.
So here, Monica, if you were, remember second person, if you were present for the day, what kind of president would you be?
Interesting question.
That's a good question. It's not the question that's on the slide, but it is a very good question.
Yeah. If you could be president for a day, what would you do? Or what kind of president would you be? Nice.
I prefer Monica's. Monica, do you need a job as a content creator?
Yes. Do you want to work for Myes?
Marcella says, if I were good lawmaker, I would create, attention, I would create infinitive, a new law for the quarantine.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. What would you change about the quarantine? If you had to elect a new leader for your country, who would it be?
Yeah.
Perfect, Arya. Very nice.
If you wanted to be president of a country, what country would it be? Why not?
Yeah,
Nice.
awesome. Wow, guys, these are some very creative questions.
Mm-hmm.
Arya, you are exactly right.
Um,
Monica says, if I could be president for the day, which duty would you change? Yeah.
Again, which duty would you change? So if you could be
Yes.
president for the day. Renza says, if you were president for a day, what would you do? Perfect.
If you knew to elect him, would you vote differently? I'm not sure I understand this first part. So if you knew he would be elected, would you vote differently? I'm sure I understand Marco's question.
I'm quite sure you are. And Adia says, what would you do if you received €1 million to donate to a government department? Wow.
Yeah, Adia, this is correct. But remember that in 4, 5, and 6, we need the third conditional. And in fact, at the end of number 4, you can see last year. So we need to take this hypothetical and put it all back into the past.
But unfortunately, we have run out of time.
This always happens. Oh my
god. We didn't realize the time.
Oh gosh, guys, sorry. Yeah, we have to finish there.
Unfortunately, we have to finish there. Thank you very, very much for joining us.
I was having too much fun. We're late.
We are late. So thank you very, very much.
Sorry, guys. We have to run, and yeah, see you next time.
Yes, there should be another webinar in another 10 minutes. So see you soon. Bye-bye.